Zay, y'all almost had him.
Almost got him. Almost got him.
But it's done. Bradley Beal has been traded after a long time, too, by the way. And some NBA fans have been wanting this trade to happen for a long time. Not necessarily the destination, but the player to be traded.
Yeah.
Because it's not the best situation in Washington.
For sure. For those of you who don't know, Bradley Beal, star guard for the Washington Wizards, has been traded to the Phoenix Suns. And it's a lot of ways for people to feel about it, but I got the official details here. The Washington Wizards are currently finalizing a trade to send All-Star guard Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns. Beal is waiving his no-trade clause to form a new Big Three. That's right, another one, Q. A new Big Three with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Still working through the framework to potentially add a third team, so we'll see how that goes. But it's official that he's going to be going to Phoenix. Along with Bradley Beal, the Wizards are sending Jordan Goodwin and Isaiah Todd, who is one of their 2021 draft picks, G League player who's played most of the time in the G League. His contract is guaranteed though for the 2023-24 season, so he's going along. And then for the Wizards, they're getting Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, second round picks, multiple pick swaps for Bradley Beal. And like I said, it's not exactly finalized, but they may be shipping CP3 elsewhere to another third team to contend. So we'll see probably in the next few days or so where that deal exactly ends up with CP3. But for now, we know Bradley Beal is a new Phoenix Sun.
Yeah. And their roster officially right now, it's going to be Cameron Payne, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. On the bench, they have Ishmael Wainwright, and we just talked about the potential two players involved in the Wizards trade too. Mm-hmm. So it's their cap situation is not good.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make more moves with this cap situation like this. For example, I believe their cap space at least as of Sunday, it was negative 31.6 million. So they're way over the cap. Way over it. Now, let's look at the trade, of course, from the Suns' perspective, because I feel like that's where we have to attack it first. First of all, how you feel about the move? You like it? Like it, love it, hate it?
I mean, it's so funny because I've been seeing the Twitter war over it. A lot of people feel like it's Brooklyn all over again. I saw Yusuf Nurkic from Portland tweet that.
Oh, you tweeted that?
He tweeted that.
Dang.
It's Brooklyn all over again. Which in some ways it kind of looks that way because you added a superstar player, but you have no depth. You don't really have another good set of role players outside of Cameron Payne. You have two free agents in Bosley and Bismack Biyombo, who may or may not re-sign. And can you really pay anyone? Because Bradley Beal also has a $200 million contract that he's currently on, mm-hmm. that is going to be guaranteed that he's going to get his money. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fill out the rest of the team. I personally think that Bradley Beal can be good with them. They'll be good. They'll be competing for sure. I don't know how far they can go, particularly with this, new Big Three. Where does your support come from outside of that? And two, health has been a big thing for really all three of these guys. Booker has been, to me, the most healthy, but we know Kevin Durant's health history, as well as Bradley Beal having some time in and out. But overall, they'll be a good squad. I think they got shooting. They've got the shooters for sure. But I just want to see how the rest of the team rounds out. I feel like they'll be competitive, and it's an interesting move. Like on just talent wise, yeah, I would have made the move, but salary wise and trying to like build out a roster, not exactly the best move to me. But if they win, it pays off. It's just, to me, I wouldn't make the move because it's like already having salary cap issues and got to get the rest of the team. You got to have a deeper squad than just the starting five and really your big three. So,
right. As far as the rest of the roster goes, the only hope that they have is to sign veterans on very minimal deals. Really. And can you attract veterans to come play for you to potentially get a championship? That's really the only hope they have. Similar to how the Lakers first did their thing when they had, LeBron and AD, and they had all these different veterans join them. They had to do something like that. Other than that, they could try to see if they can trade DeAndre Ayton because the cap situation is terrible. So I feel like you kind of have to trade DeAndre Ayton at this point. Trade him, see what other pieces you can get to help with the depth. Can help adjust that cap situation a little bit. And maybe can get more pieces that can help fit and play with those players. I know we mentioned it before about potentially Ayton going to the Pacers, maybe. Because the Pacers did initially want him when he was a restricted free agent. Is that still on the deck? Is that still an option? I think that'll be ideal. But until I see the final roster, I'm going to hold off my judgment right now. But right now, this is not a move I would make that says, okay, automatic contender. Not to me. I want to make this move. I feel like, this is definitely going to get us to make us a contender. Even after all is said and done, even after they make the roster, I'm still not going to feel like they're going to be the favorites. To me, in the West, I still won't put Denver in that spot. Honestly, this team against Denver, who I'm going to pick? I'm most likely going to pick Denver at this point. Because, again, the key is Jokic.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get in, until you figure out that, I'm not going to look at your squad like that. And we didn't even talk about defensively yet. They have Frank Vogel, who is a defensive-minded coach, which is true. But I feel like you need a special mind to get these players to work together, man. Honestly. And who's going to be that playmaker? I mean, I like Cameron Payne. I guess he'll have to be but it's only one basketball, man. KD has played different situations. Like, KD will be fine.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Well, when Bradley Beal was with John Wall, he was kind of off-ball, catch-and-shoot type player. Can he go back to that? I feel like he could. I feel like maybe Devin's going to be the one playmaking. Have you seen Devin play make?
Yeah.
He can do it. But can he do it consistently, though?
Yeah. I think that's a good point to bring up with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Personally, I think that it's going to benefit him playing with these two guys because he started off his career as more of a spot-up catch-and-shoot guy. And when John got hurt and eventually was traded, he had to take on a bigger role, basically creating his own shot, which is good. Like, it's a good thing to be able to do that. But I feel like in this particular situation, he's gonna benefit. He doesn't have to get 25 a game. I don't think he has to, scoring wise, take on a big load. He can pick and choose his spots a little bit more because Kevin Durant's gonna draw attention. Devin Booker's gonna draw attention, and you can't guard if those guys are attacking the basket like Kevin Durant should. It's gonna open up things for the rest of the team, really. So I feel like it could benefit from a basketball standpoint. It's just still, like you said, they don't have like a primary playmaker. Devin Booker has played the playmaking role, but I think that they would just someone who can get easy shots, like who's gonna like penetrate the basket. Like, for lack of a better comparison, I think of like what Rondo was in Boston, right? You got Pierce, you got KG, you got Ray Allen, and in this case, I feel like Bradley Beal takes on the Ray Allen role, where he's not necessarily needing to get every shot on his own, but if you have a good setup guy, you get those corner threes, you get those pin down screens, you get easy baskets when Durant and Booker are handling the ball. So I think it's a good move from a basketball standpoint, just not the salary build out the rest of the team wise. So we'll see how it goes. I'm in the same boat with you. It's kind of hard to say that this is going to make a big difference until they have a full team. And as we've seen, the big three hasn't really been the best move in the past few seasons. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not mad at the basketball look of it.